away from the Super Bowl. Two teams now have a chance to prove they are the best. It's the 49ers going up against the Panthers. Now let's head down to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms for today's matchup.
Panthers, 49ers, coming up here on EA Sports. We welcome you to Santa Clara, California for today's game. It's Super Bowl 50, Phil, a milestone game in the history of the NFL. And do the players at this point have any feeling at all about the bigness of this one?
Man, Jim, all they're thinking about is the job they got to do. They've trained all their lives to be in this position. And you take all that practice and preparation and make sure you put it on display here in today's game and try to be a Super Bowl champion.
Pleased to bring in the third member of our broadcast team, Danielle Bellini, with the report from the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. Super Bowl 50 is a very special milestone for the NFL. Super Bowl I was played back in 1967 at the LA Coliseum. As you recall, the Green Bay Packers beat the Kansas City Chiefs on that day. But I'm sure neither of those teams could have imagined the Super Bowl growing to be as big as it is today, guys. That being said, we've got two teams out here who desperately want to make history by winning this Super Bowl tonight to ensure they're the ones that are remembered and that everyone is talking about 50 years from now. Back to you guys.
Danielle, thank you very much. Now we'll go to the field. And Phil Dawson is ready to get this one underway. With that kick, we're now 60 minutes away from crowning the champion. And he's going to be brought down right around the 33-yard line. Heading to the huddle, the quarterback who took his team to the NFC South title in 2013, Cam Newton. The Panthers are at the line of scrimmage and loading up that line with an extra tight end. Nothing up the middle here. Bowman on the stop.
The 49ers defense is so fast and so powerful. That time of the run play, they just overpower the offensive line. They tackle the runner for a loss.
The Super Bowl. It's as big as it gets. And just the fan side of you, Phil, what sticks out in your memory bank?
Well, I think the game, one of my favorite games.
Bowman takes him down. The Panthers' offensive line could be in for a long day based on that one.
Yeah, bad job that time. They give up the sack. But look, when you talk about this offensive line, they're pretty good. So I think they'll just find a way to get it done. They still should have a nice, solid day.
Loss of 5 on the play. The Panthers from the 27. Newton's now going to leave the pocket and tuck it under.
You know, as a quarterback, sometimes you got to trust that arm and throw the football past the first down marker. There were guys open, but no, he takes the safe route, throws it short. Defense makes the tackle, and here we are staring at a 4th down.
Stewart lined up as the single back. The Panthers take it from the 33. And it's knocked down. Heading on to the field now for the 49ers. Quarterback Colin Kaepernick. They're winning the field position battle right here as they start the next drive. The 49ers take it from the 33. Gains about 3. Taking a look at the offense. Starters. Anquan Boldin has been one of the most physical wide receivers in this league for over a decade.
He's been physical, he is productive, and I think he has the strongest pair of hands in the NFL when you talk about receivers.
And Bush is not there.
Bush is a great running back to have on your football team, isn't he? He goes up in there and gets the first down. Now your offense has 3 more chances.
1st and 10. Bush has got the toss, secures the football. Coleman's there to make the tackle.
Reggie Bush is as quick as they come at the running back position in the NFL. That's a good job showing that quickness and picking up a first down.
Here they come back to the line after picking up over 20 yards on that last play. Just a yard away from pay dirt. 2nd and goal to go from, and that's a touchdown. First one of the game in the Super Bowl.
Nothing like scoring first in any game, but when you do it in the Super Bowl, you can just times it by 10 because the pressure builds on the other team. They know they're behind. They want to score some points. It just makes it tougher when you get on the board first.
The 49ers setting up for the kickoff. Whitaker on the return. And the tackle's made right around the 25-yard line. The Panthers ready to take over again. They rolled the dice on their last possession, Phil, going for it on 4th down in their own territory. And, of course, they failed to convert.
Look, there's nothing like being aggressive. I like being aggressive, too, when I'm the coach of the team. But, listen, that was just uncalled for. When you're in your own territory, be smart, punt the football, and wait for the next opportunity.
We were both shaking our heads. What were they thinking about here?
Yeah, saying some words that we can't say on the air. When you run the football like this and you show toughness, there is no doubt when you fake it and try to throw the football down the field, the quarterback's going to have all day to get it done.
Stewart is in the backfield.
Oh, look at that. Linebacker's moving around.
And here's the toss. Bethays all over the ball carrier.
Panthers offensive coordinator, he has to be frustrated by that play. I think he calls the right play, but what happens is a run loses yards. That's just a bad job by the offensive line.
Now looking at 3rd down. Intercepted. Running room. San Francisco, touchdown.
You talking about getting your team full of emotion and getting everything on your side. How about that interception by the defense and then taking it back all the way from the score?
Now they come out for the point after. Of course, this year, the new rule, the PAT, is snapped from the 15-yard line, making the point after 13 yards longer than the pass, a 33-yard point after attempt. The 49ers ready to kick it away. Whitaker on the return. And he's taken down right at about the 29, not quite to the 30. The 49ers defense, Phil, has been the story of this game.
Jim, so few words. That's not like you. Usually it takes more words than that to describe what's going on. But you're right. They've been dominating, physically just getting it done. And if they keep this up, there's no way the other team's going to win.
And now Newton's going to take off. And it's swatted away. The Panthers still driving as the second quarter gets underway. Second down coming up. The 49ers defense now is going to go nickel. And it's incomplete. Just couldn't hold on to it after the hit. The Panthers have had a tough time moving the football through the air, and it's been part of the reason why they trail at this point. Newton's going to want to pick up his play moving forward, Phil.
Yeah, his teammates, his coaches, they're going to want him to pick up his play, no doubt. It is the worst situation for a quarterback to be in. Losing and not playing well, you just got to do it with your mind, have confidence, and go out there and just let it go. Good job by the defense, staying in the right spots. They give up the short pass, they make the tackle, and now we have fourth down coming up.
Looks like they're going to go for it on 4th and 8. The Panthers will line up the first down markers right at the 39-yard line. The Panthers turn the ball over on downs.
The Panthers decided to go for it on fourth down that time, and hey, it didn't pay off. And of course, the coach, look at him now. He is second-guessing his decision.
Bolton's not really established himself in this game yet, but as he heads onto the field for the next drive, he can at least take comfort in the fact that his team has the lead.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Jim, but I think also the coaches must get him involved. You always want to get your star players involved, especially when you're talking about a wide receiver, throwing some easy passes, let him get going, and watch this offense even take off for him.
You know these wideouts, they want the football. Even if the team's leading, they're not happy until they get their hands on the football, right?
Yeah, I think we call those people prima donnas.
Kaepernick with the handoff. He's tackled beyond the markers. It's a first down.
Bush is a very smart runner. He knows situations in the game. He saw the first down yard markers, and what does he do? He gets past them and picks up the first down.
Toss to the outside. And it's Roman Harper who makes the tackle.
Well, when you get inside the 20, Jim, sometimes it's hard to throw the football because the defense is not worried about defending the whole field. So that's a good, solid run. Picks up good yards on first down.
That leads us to second down. A little jumpy there by that defensive front.
Encroachment defense.
Breaking huddle at the 8-yard line. A flag. And Bush is stopped there.
Holding defense.
Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one. Breaks the tackle. Runs it in for the touchdown.
You just love it as a quarterback. You get down in there and it's first and goal and you score. Now you don't have to sweat the fact that, man, what are we going to do if it gets to third down? You don't have to worry about it. Good run, nice touchdown.
The 49ers for the extra point. Extra point is good. The Panthers have let this one get away from them today. Need to try and turn things around in a hurry. The score's 21-0. Webb's got a chance to return this one. And the tackle's made. The offense will start their drive from about the 31. The 49ers defense has been just remarkable. It reminds me of the Ravens defense back in 2000 when they led statistically in virtually every category on their way to winning the Super Bowl, Phil.
Yeah, you talk about that defense. They were scary. My gosh, they went out there. If you scored a touchdown against that defense, Jim, you felt like you really had accomplished something. But so far here today, they've been dominant, and it's been fun to watch.
The 49ers with a nickel look here on defense. First down at the 31. Brock's all over that offense and brings him down. And now we